St. James Show on the Voice of Arizona. News Talk 92.3 KTAR.
There you go. It is time for us to try to restore some faith in humanity. Normally I go on some sort of bizarre rant or whatever, but I thought today's was kind of cool. Today's is kind of cool. And I'm going to let Pamela tell the story, but I do want to do a full disclosure, Pamela. Mm-hmm. It involves a friend of mine. Now, I don't go searching for my friends and trying to big up them and make stars out of them or make them feel better about it, but this is a young man who I've known for quite some time. Mm-hmm. I met him when I ran a station called Power 92. Ramses came to us, I want to say, if I got it wrong, Ramses, I apologize. Either came through as an intern or started as like a part-time promotion person, kind of worked his way up. And he worked his way up pretty quickly, specifically on the strength of his character. And I can tell you that I was not his direct manager. I was a boss. But he is the type of person that within, I'm going with 30 seconds of meeting him, you're like, okay, this is a special dude. This is not like everybody else who walks into my office or walks through the front door. He is a wonderfully unique, caring, decent, smart, hardworking young man, and he is the subject of today's, well, not him, but he's the genesis of today's Restoring Faith in Humanity.
Yep, we're just looking at our own backyard today, Bruce, and sometimes you don't need to look hard to restore your faith in humanity. So let's meet Ramses. Ramses has a charity. It's called #LunchBag. Mm-hmm. And what they do is once a month, they're in downtown Phoenix, and they're handing out lunch bags to the homeless. They're feeding people who don't have meals. Right. And at their last gathering, they're getting ready to wrap things up, and he noticed a little girl kind of going through the empty lunch bags.
Right, the garbage. For lack of a better term.
Well, yeah, and he looked around because, their friends and their kids come out to help with this volunteering, which I think it's great to get kids involved in that. And he's like, is this somebody's little girl? Like, who is this? And then he realized, no, it was a little girl who was hungry, who didn't have any food. So he walked over to her and was like, honey, can I help you? And mom comes out. And he comes to find out that, this little girl was hungry, that she didn't have any food, that this family, well, mom and little 5-year-old, imagine that, a 5-year-old little girl looking for food.
Scrounging, foraging.
Are homeless. And he was so compelled by their story, they came to Arizona to escape a bad situation. Mm-hmm. They were living with mom's brother for a little while and then had to leave that because of a bad situation. They can't stay in a shelter because kids aren't welcome at a shelter.
It's not appropriate for them, too.
Nope. A lot of the characters that are there aren't appropriate for a 5-year-old, and neither is living on the street. So Ramses opened up his wallet and gave them all the money that he had, and I spoke to him yesterday, and I would agree with you that after 30 seconds you realize that this is a special cat.
He is a special guy.
But he felt embarrassed that he only had $25 to give him, that's all he had in his wallet, and he felt that he could do so much more.
Yeah.
So he asked Mom, give me 48 hours. I need 48 hours to help you. I can't do it in less time than that. Can you give me 48 hours? And so Mom said, yeah, I'm just so thankful for you helping us, giving us this food and giving us a little bit of money. But Ramses knew he could do so much more. So he didn't want to go through a Kickstarter campaign and the bureaucracy and the red tape and all of that. Yeah. So he just opened up his PayPal account and went on social media, talked a little bit about the story, and within 48 hours, he managed to get about $1,800 in donations. Enough to rent an apartment, a furnished apartment for 1 month for this mom and her daughter. Enough to get some daycare so that mom can go find a job so that she can change their situation. He reached out and he was talking to people about, hey, I need some sheets, because the place is furnished, but they don't have sheets, they don't have towels, they don't have pillows, they don't have toothbrushes. They don't have these things that we take for granted every single day. Yeah. They don't have food in the refrigerator. So there's a video that we now have up at on your page at KTAR.com of Ramses and some friends shopping with the donations for this family, and then taking mom and 5-year-old Naelah to the apartment and getting them a safe place to stay for a month. And the thing that really struck me about the video is Naelah got a doll.
Yeah.
She got a little Dora the Explorer doll. And that little girl lit up, and Mom was just so overwhelmed with gratitude. And even when I was speaking to Ramses, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. This is an inspiration. Because I did what any decent human being would do, and I didn't have the heart to crush his spirit and tell him that there aren't that many decent human beings out there. But I said, dude, learn how to take a compliment. And it was a very heartwarming story, and I think it's great that we have people like that in our own community.
Well, I really liked it. It's beautiful. It is just a beautiful story, and I love not only that it's local, but I think it goes to show how everyday normal folks can just amazingly impact other people's lives for the better, and make it so much more positive.
And when you see somebody in need, helping them out. And he didn't just... The thing that really struck me about this is he didn't just give a handout.
Right.
Like, he has the ability to really change their lives, because this mom is now seeing hope.
Yeah.
And you can't put a value on that.
Not at all. And by the way, Ramses works in radio. By the way, should we give him a shout out?
Sure.
He actually does afternoons on the Beat 101.1, and he's talked about this on the air as well. And I'm very proud of Ramses. I'm so proud of the man that he's turned into. His son is wonderful. He used to bring him around the radio station all the time. Shout out to the Seed. Just awesome. No, I'm kidding. Listen, his kid is as dope as you would think as Ramses is. I got to tell you, just a unique, wonderful individual, restoring faith in humanity and doing it right here in the Valley. And I just absolutely loved this story. I'm so glad. And I was hesitant. Yeah, I brought it to Pamela, going, I wonder if she thinks it's worthy of restoring faith in humanity, because I knew Ramses and I kind of know about him, but I was so glad you got into this and thought it was an awesome story.
It's a great story, and I'm hoping to set something up to meet with him and meet with his family next week, to learn more about their story and see if we can help in other ways as well. So look forward to that.
That is wonderful. All right. Congratulations, Ramses. Thank you for being just an awesome guy, and for also for just doing a wonderful thing for somebody. Man, a little 5-year-old girl got a roof over her head because Ramses wasn't going to let it go one more day. That's the kind of guy he is. Awesome. That'll restore your faith in humanity fast. Is Stacey Brooks going to be in tomorrow for me?
Yep.
With you?
Well,
okay.
I'll be in for
You'll
you.
be in for me, and she'll be